Hey everyone, IntoWeapons back again with you. Wanted to do just a real quick video on the differences between a snap cap and a training round, otherwise known as a dummy round. For some of you this might be real elementary if you're familiar with firearms, but this video is really intended for the novice type users and ultimately trying to save them some money from purchasing the incorrect equipment from what they're looking for. To cut right to the chase, the snap caps are mainly used for when you want to dry fire your weapon, and the dummy rounds, otherwise known as training rounds, and I'll just refer to them as dummy rounds, are used just to check the functionality of your firearm. They are not intended for use in dry firing circumstances. What you're looking at here is the small collection that I've accumulated along the way. I have some 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 7.62 by 3.9, 223, 357, 40 caliber Smith & Wesson, some 9mm, 380, and some 22 long rifle. You'll notice the ones in red all match there. That's from one particular company. Those are all snap caps. They are A-Zoom snap caps, and that company I found has the largest variety of caliber ammunition out there in the snap cap form, so kind of been sticking with them. They've worked out pretty well. If you know of others, feel free to post the manufacturer name down in the comment section. But to go right into it again, what we have here is a training round, dummy round I should say. These are not intended for dry firing, and the reason for that, you'll notice, is that in the back where your primer is, it is indented. So if you were to put this in your gun and pull the trigger, your firing pin would not hit anything in the back of this round here. And that's kind of the ultimate purpose of a snap cap, is to prevent your firing pin from not hitting nothing. So this would not be an acceptable form of what you'd want to use for a dry fire experience. What you'd actually want to use is a snap cap. And you'll notice that there is a rubber insert in the back where that primer would be. Therefore, when your firing pin hits it, it prevents it from hitting nothing. It actually hits something and cushions the fall of that firing pin. You're able to use these over and over and over again. I think mainly people purchase these training rounds or dummy rounds on accident because they are much cheaper. But again, you're not getting the functionality out of these that you would out of a snap cap where you're able to dry fire them. So that's the main difference, and that's really what it comes down to. One other thing I'd like to make note of is that 22 long rifle. There really isn't any good snap cap type options out there, and the reason for that mainly is because it's a rimfire cartridge. It's much more difficult to make a cushion along a rim of a cartridge than it is to a center fire cartridge. There is a particular company out there that does make them, but it got pretty bad reviews, so I haven't tested them out. Probably should. They're not that expensive, but if I do that maybe at some point in the future, I'll put a product review video out there. But these are mainly just training rounds, dummy rounds. What you can do is you can go ahead and put these in your gun and dry fire on them, but it will leave a dent along the rim here, so they're not really intended for that. But you can go ahead and do that. I wouldn't recommend doing it all the time, because once you wear these out, you're going to eventually have to throw them away, because you again wouldn't want your firing pin to come down on nothing. So just a quick note on that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I really hope this helps some of you out on avoiding purchasing equipment that's not going to be right for your conditions. Otherwise, thanks for your time, guys.